Ford Thunderbird by Maisto. I like it a lot. There's not a lot to this car in terms of modeling and being a diecast car, but I just love it. It looks fantastic for what it is. There's not a lot of tempo. In fact, I'm not sure there's any tempo on this car. There's basically just paint and a windshield, and that's pretty much it. In order to compete with the Corvette, Ford decided to bring out a sports car, a two-seat sports car of their own. Now, this car was not a sports car, but it was more of a touring car. They had two motor choices in it, either a 4.9 liter or a 5.1 liter motor. I'm not familiar with the horsepower or speed or anything along those lines of those two motors, but suffice it to say, a lot of these cars got sold, a whole lot. The numbers on the Corvette were something like 600 or 700 or 800 units produced and sold. On the Thunderbird, it was something like 15,000 units. So, which brings up the interesting question. Why don't you see more Thunderbirds on the road than you do Corvettes? And I guess when you really get to thinking about it, you probably do. You don't see that many Corvettes. And occasionally I will see a two-seat Thunderbird. But look at this beauty that was produced. It's great. The color is great. They picked out exactly the right wheels to go on this car. They hit it out of the park. No modeling on the front at all. None. Other than they got the right shapes. Same thing goes with the rear. You got the spare tire, which gave you more trunk room. You got the license plate modeled. You got the taillights modeled. But nowhere do you have any tempo on this car. But still, you look at it and you're like, man, this is a fantastic looking car. Windows blacked out in a Maisto, it looks pure evil. It makes the car look fantastic. For a little bit of being able to see out the sides, they put these little moon window units in the rear quarter panel. Absolutely iconic. And I'm not sure what Ford was thinking when in '58 they brought out a four-seat Thunderbird. It's like, what were you thinking? What? This is the car. This is the icon right here. And they should have been able to look at that in photographs or be able to behold it in person and know, wonderful, terrific car. But they didn't. We're left with just 3 years run on this car. What else can I tell you about this? In the package, you get the little stand that you see there. Really nice touch. In the package, you get just basically a bubble pack around it. Now, it did come in a box, and the box says 1956 Ford Thunderbird, item number 13001. Now, is that a SKU number, or is that a quantity of manufacturer? How many they manufactured? I think it's a SKU. Item number is what it refers to. This car was made in China. The box is pretty nice. Officially licensed product of Ford Motor Company, written in a nice script on the box. I've seen this car on eBay with 3 different wheel variations, and actually I think I saw it with a color variation. Now, was the color variation that I saw, which was blue, was that a custom job? Or was that something that was produced for someone by Maisto or produced by Maisto for sale by Maisto? I don't know. Underneath, the car basically has very little modeled underneath, but more than you might expect. Let's take a look there. Yeah, you see you got a couple of mufflers, you got a differential. We'll let it swing on around, come back around. Got the hood scoop there, air intake. Now, one thing I've always disliked about Maistos is the width of the axles. Now, in this particular car, it makes it look really cool that the big fatty tires are way up in the fender wells. It looks really good. In other cars, I don't like it, but it really suits this car really, really well, these 5-spoke wheels that's on the car. So, like I said, we got a tranny, we got a differential, we got a couple of mufflers, model, maybe a little suspension there. Other than that, that's basically what's underneath this car. Fantastic car. Do I like it? Yeah, I like it a lot. This one will go on my shelf. This one will go on my diorama. Would I buy it again? Absolutely. Would I buy it with the other 2 wheel choices and maybe in the third color? Excuse me, second color? The blue didn't look as good as this red. This red is just knock it out of the park. Beautiful. I got the one I want. It was already open. I'm okay with that. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Lower right. And have a great day.